I hope you missed us, because we missed you. Barry, how are you doing?
Ross, it's good to be back.
It is great to be back. We took a little hiatus there, guys.
I forget why.
I think 1 or 2 weeks there was like conflict in schedule, and then we were actually on like a comeback week, and then it was just the content was like terrible that week in terms of sport and stuff. So
yeah,
sometimes things don't work out. Yeah. But here we are back for the Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we also wanted to change things up as well because we were putting videos out there about 20 minutes long, and then sometimes we wanted to talk about the Premier League, and obviously we like talk about the fighting and even the rugby. So we were just like, right, we're actually just going to put sort of longer videos out, but we're going to be discussing like
everything from
the week. So like, say if there's not like a big fight on that weekend, we'll talk more about the Premier League or whatever we want to talk about, really. Because a few people have actually mentioned it's like, oh, I liked it when you did the shows longer.
You know what I mean? We've actually got that quite a few times. Like, why don't you do the long show anymore? It's like, we do like 2 or 3 smaller shows. Is that all right? And they're like, I prefer the longer show.
Yeah, I think it was because
maybe it's like people driving to work and they're like, show's over.
Yeah, it was more
because no one takes 20 minutes to get to work.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it was more. We're using like a different camera. We're using a different camera today. Before the camera that we used beforehand like kept turning off after 20 minutes, and like this one now, this should go for like, I think like an hour would be a max that could do.
Yeah, I'd say so. But look, test today anyway.
It is a test today, so you'll know if it worked or not, or you won't actually know.
We have no idea how long today's show is going to be, so it will be what it will be.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll see it before they clicked on it. They're like, oh,
yeah, definitely.
That's how long it is. But if you are new to the Energized podcast, welcome, and if you're a turning Energized listener,
welcome back.
Welcome back. We are back.
DJ Ross,
how's life? How's life, by the way?
Yeah, really, really good. So much has changed since the last podcast. You know,
what?
Caitlyn Jenner's in the jungle. Andrew Maxwell's been kicked out of the jungle. The Queen's son, Prince Andrew's a paedophile.
Yeah,
and we're still waiting for Brexit to happen.
Yeah. It's coming to the end of the year as well, Ross. Like, you know, it's what, December 2nd now.
Yeah.
Been a long year.
Yeah.
Doing shows.
Well, like, 2020 looks like it's going to be very exciting for sports. You have the Euros back. You have massive fights. Like, we'll get to it. Conor McGregor's coming back. Fury versus Wilder. Like, the winner of that's surely going to fight the winner of Ruiz versus Joshua.
Bellator Dublin's on.
FightCon's on.
I'm actually like so looking forward to like next year already. I'm sort of like, here.
Yeah, like I am a big year.
Like, I am a fan of Christmas and I love all the crack. I love the way everyone's like really happy and nice to everyone. And then like the next month is like, actually I hate that guy.
But I actually think the best part of Christmas is like in between like the 17th and 23rd of December. It's like the time when you know you're going out for a few points with your best mates. It's like, that's the crack.
That is the crack, yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously it'll be Theo's first Christmas this year, so like that'll be important for me. But we actually brought him to Santa today.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we actually brought him to see Santa today, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like to Arnott's, which is like a massive store in Dublin.
Yeah.
And
why did you decide to go to that one?
Apparently, like, the Santa who's done that one has done like Santa for like the last 20 years. So therefore, I was like, that's the Santa to go to for, right?
Yeah. And
I was like, all the proceeds of this go to charity. And I was like, geez, that's lovely, isn't it? And they were like, and Arnott's then match the money at the end of it. And I was like, no way. And I was like, how many people did you do? And they were like 200 people. And I was like, 200 people, 10 or head. I was like, that's $2,000. I was like, and they've been doing this since November. I was like, that must be like 40 grand at the end of the month. And then like minimum. And then they were like, and then Arnott's match it. And then I was like, grand, went in, met Santa, donated the tenner. And they were like, oh, do you want us to print out your photo? I was like, oh, that'd be brilliant. Next thing you know, like, I'm another €35 in the hole by like getting all these prints. I was like, thought the tenner was all in now.
Well, it is like the first one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like first Christmas. Like, that's first. You have to like commemorate it.
Yeah.
So like, it was funny because we were going to buy his presents and stuff like that, and I was like, it's sort of a relevant buying present because he doesn't know what a present is.
Yeah, sure. He gets his arse. He gets his arse wiped from you.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Funny because it's true.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing that till he's 21.
I don't know if it's on topic, right? But like the last 10 days in a row, he's waiting for me to come home from work, like to do a shite.
Has he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, sound.
It's not unbelievably sound, isn't it?
That's what I mean, man. You're the king wiper.
King wiper.
Yeah, very, very you. That is very you.
Very me.
Welcome back to the show. Make sure to hit a like and let us know what your favorite thing is about Christmas as well. But yeah, Ross, it's good to be back. We have like a lot of big things coming up next year, and like we're not just saying it like typical podcasters, YouTubers. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm really excited as well. Also, you know, Six Nations will be back as well.
Yeah,
you know, fresh start for the Irish rugby team. New manager in there. It's just really exciting year, to be honest. Jim Gavin stepped down from the Dubs.
He did.
So Dubs have a new manager. They'll be going for 6 All Ireland. The Irish football team will play the qualifiers in March.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it actually is a massive year, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just sort of like I'm like ready to get going now. Also, like a few times I've been out now and people are like, "Are you your man from the podcast?" I'm like, "No." Well, I'm like, "Yeah, obviously," and then they're like going on about it, and it's sort of like next year it's ready. Like there's bigger fish to fry.
You know, I keep getting mistaken for True Geordie.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't own a dildo.
Yet. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And, like, what do you think is going to be the first big one for us next year?
January 18th, UFC 246.
Conor
The
McGregor.
return of Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to going to FightCon.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's really going to give us like a almost like that verified blue tick, almost being like, right, they're not just two dumbasses.
gives that blue tick.
Gives that blue tick, yeah. But on today's show, we're going to be discussing obviously the return of Conor McGregor,
Return of the man.
the eagerly return announcement of Conor McGregor. We're also going to let you know when we think the press conference is going to be for that. Also, Khabib is now taking on Tony Ferguson. When's that going to be? In April?
Yeah, April.
Yeah,
In Brooklyn.
yeah, obviously today on the show we're going to be discussing Anthony Joshua taking on Andy Ruiz for the second time this weekend. I can't wait for that. We're going to get stuck into that. And then obviously we're going to discuss some of the Premier League crack because that's very energized, you know.
Very energized.
Yeah, but welcome back to the show. And Ross, we may as well start. Conor McGregor is taking on Donald Cowboy Cerrone in the new year, as you said, January 18th.
Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena, UFC 246.
Yeah.
It's confirmed. Dana White said it. I'm surprised there wasn't more of an announcement from McGregor's side about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a sort of, McGregor's back, wasn't it? There was no promo video or, do you remember they did Khabib versus Conor video?
Yeah.
Like, I was like looking for something like that.
Yeah.
Some great fan artwork going around though, with the Budweiser and the Proper 12.
Yeah. I think it was because there was no UFC event on that weekend.
I think someone's knocking on the podcast studio window.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They let themselves in.
No.
So
It's the burglar.
it's the burglar.
Burglar, come on in. They're actually coming in.
They
Yeah.
actually don't come in. We're actually recording podcasts. You have to go inside.
How's it going?
Goodbye.
How's it going? Burglar.
Very energized. Who knows what's going to go down on this energized podcast?
That was actually Pete.
Yeah. So UFC 246. Get back to the point.
Yeah.
First of all, it's at welterweight, Barry. What's your take on this?
I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, do you know what? The winner of this is obviously going to call out either like Masvidal for the BMF title. I think that's the only way you can rock and roll with this, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're after giving Masvidal a few of the chips, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
Masvidal's like, now people are vying to fight me. Conor McGregor's trying to get a fight with me, as opposed to everyone's trying to get a fight with Conor McGregor. And I think it's the first time ever where McGregor's actually chasing people as opposed to people are chasing McGregor.
Yeah, I can see that. It was just obviously over the last while, stuff about Conor has just come out and people have sort of fallen a bit off the bandwagon. But now he's back. Like next week.
I feel like he has to give us a reason to like want to support him again.
Yeah. Well, do you think people are going to flock to Vegas, get their pension? I mean, sorry, not their pensions. Get their credit union loans out and be like, right, I'm going to debt for $5,000 to go to Vegas to say, go on, McGregor.
I don't think so.
I can't picture it. I really can't picture it.
No, I feel like if you live in America already and you're Irish, you might make the trip to Vegas to be like, I might as well go to Vegas that weekend. You know what I mean? Look, it's also in January, which, you know,
Yeah.
the only thing is people's loved ones might go, I'm gonna win Christmas this year, and it's McGregor in January for a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Like, that could be a big thing.
Well, it's because he wanted to fight 3 times, he said, next year.
Yeah. And I think he sort of laid out the guidelines. I think it's going to be Cowboy, then Masvidal, and then Khabib.
Yeah. Or Tony Ferguson.
Yeah. Look, he's really setting a lofty goal for himself. Personally, I think at 170, it actually gives more advantages to Cowboy. I think Cowboy's fought at 170 more times. He's been more successful at 170. And then on top of that, I think he can take a punch better at 170 as well when he's carrying more weight.
Yeah. The more weight McGregor puts on, the less of a death touch he really has. Who knows what he's been really doing in the background now. Suppose, like, John Kavanagh put out a tweet saying, like, no visitors are allowed to come during the hours of, like, 10 to 4 in the new SPG. Because supposedly, like, tours, there was, like, a lot of Asian people pulled up on, like, a holiday tour, and they're like, Conor McGregor. And they all go in and take photographs around the place.
Do they charge them in?
Not sure. I haven't been out to the new one, but it's what's it called,
Monster.
The Monster.
Yeah. The way I look at it is apparently he's getting up early and going to bed early. You know what I mean? Which, like, let's be honest, the last 2 years McGregor's been party maniac.
Yeah.
He has, like, you know what I mean? You hear the whispers around Dublin and you're just like, right, he's out in the Raz every second night of the week.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's what happened when you launch your own whiskey, isn't it?
I tell you, see, the thing is for a lot of people, true. But, like, the thing is that when it comes to the end of the year, you're sort of like, right, next year, I know it's 2020, but, like, say if it was 2021 or 2018, doesn't matter. You're like, right, there's certain things, objectives or goals that I sort of do want to do next year. Like, both of us now turning 30 next year. Obviously, like,
big 3-0.
Obviously, we look a bit younger. Give us a like if you think so. It's like, yes. And then you just see my man going, no, double no. But
double thumbs down.
Yeah, you're sort of like, right, what's the objectives or the goals for next year, really? You know what I mean?
Very, very me.
Yeah, but sorry, I can put off there. Yeah, but I think he's like, right, I have 2 kids now. What's next? Like, what's my legacy going to be? Is it going to be more for going on the piss in Dublin, or is it going to be become the BMF and then reclaim the title? And I think it's a big year for almost nearly everyone. I think I've seen so many people like next year really want to smash it. Although that could just be like the new thing, apart from being like, oh, I'm depressed. It's like, everyone's depressed.
Early New Year's goals from Conor McGregor. That, like, he gets to February and he's like, you know what? I'll just drink the whiskey again.
Yeah. Well, if you kick off the beginning of next year, if anyone gets off to a good start, even if you like people do a dry January and stuff, and then that really shoots you for a really good month. Obviously, that's going to be ruined now with McGregor fighting, but.
One thing that I think a lot of people are saying is that McGregor's like picking the easier fight, that he should have fought Gaethje. What's your take on that?
Yeah, but to the casual fan, they're going to be like, "What? Who's Gahuchi? Is that Tamagotchi?" You know what I mean? Like they're like Cowboy McGregor. It's just like rolls off. The way he's the cowboy hat. They have the previous back and forth. Like, it's red panty night when you fight me.
Oh no, I think Cowboy's the perfect match. Cowboy's 36. He's that bit more on his career.
Yeah.
This is like almost like a swan song for Cowboy. Yeah. As in, like, if he can't beat McGregor, well then, like, he can never beat anyone. But if he does beat McGregor, that's almost like his, like, title fight win. Yeah. If that makes sense.
It is.
And then
he deserves it as well, to be honest.
A lot of people are going, oh, he's afraid of Gaethje. If you look at Gaethje's 2 losses on his career, they're Dustin Poirier and Eddie Alvarez. And I don't know if you saw Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, or if you saw Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. They weren't exactly close.
Yeah, they were early nights.
Yeah. So, like, I don't think Conor McGregor's afraid of Gaethje.
Look, people are going to complain anyway.
Also, like,
if he had a fought Gaethje, people are like, oh, why aren't you fighting Khabib?
I love Gaethje, and I love to see Gaethje versus Khabib, because I actually think Gaethje's, like, style wise, is like good to go against Khabib. But in terms
no one's beating Khabib. Bar Ferguson, I'll give him a chance.
In terms of like McGregor versus Gaethje, I feel like McGregor would actually just make show of him over and over and over again in verbal tirades, and then he'd knock him out on the feet, and then people would be like, oh, Gaethje's punched too many times in the head, and that's why he lost.
No, this is the right one to make. Just everything about it, from the Budweiser to the proper 12, to the American, to the Irishman, to the cowboy, to the what's it called? Lucky Charms.
To the leprechaun.
To the leprechaun. It's just all makes sense.
Also, people are like sleeping on Cerrone. Cerrone, most wins in UFC history, most performances of the night in UFC history. I'm pretty sure he's got the most finishes in UFC history. Like, an absolute animal of a man.
Yeah.
Like, tell me, like, who's more entertaining than yeehaw? The cowboy.
Yeah, this just makes perfect sense, and it's great for every fan. You know what I mean? And like obviously we're fans of Conor. Obviously we're fans of Cowboy. Either way, one of them was going to move on to hopefully take on Masvidal for a BMF title. Yeah.
How much was Superstars for him, Masvidal now? Like
Unbelievable.
He's doing everything now, isn't he?
Yeah. The thing is, when he's doing interviews, there's only certain people that really capture my attention doing interviews, and it's more like I prefer watching Masvidal fight rather than talk.
In fairness, I'm okay to watch like a 5 or 6 minute interview with Masvidal. It's more like a 2 hour stint. I'm like, oh, jeez, you're all right.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. But even
but I like the sort of one-liners like, oh, he needs to get baptized. You know what I mean? Like when he says that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I like the little clips. Yeah, but even the way like Nick Diaz says he wanted to fight him, and then like Nick Diaz like literally can't even speak properly. They should have subtitles underneath.
Do you think he's going to fight next? Those two are going to fight each other next?
Probably not.
No. Do you think Masvidal hold out?
I can't see Masvidal booking anything before this McGregor, because the winner of McGregor and Cowboy they could bring Masvidal into the octagon then and be like, right, these two are now fighting in the summer.
Isn't it funny the way like Masvidal
4th of July weekend?
Isn't it funny the way Masvidal could easily be like, I'm going to fight the winner of Usman versus Covington, and like they'd be like, yeah, that's it, no bother. And he's like, I'm not actually interested in fighting either of those.
No, he's not. No,
he's not.
No, this is about a star. The bigger the star, doesn't matter if you have a belt or not. It used to be important who had the belt because that's just the way people did things. But now because of social media and stuff, you can become massive. Look at heavyweight Derek Lewis. Like he's the biggest star in the heavyweight division, and like Miocic is a champ.
Yeah, he's fighting Lear Latifi next.
Yeah, who's actually should be a middleweight.
Yeah, although like his upper body's massive.
Yeah, he's made of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like early predictions, I'm gonna go Conor.
I think Conor and early as well.
Yeah, obviously we're gonna be biased, but I mean, just right now, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? As Conor McGregor said, too stiff.
Yeah,
and he'll snap him in half.
I really think McGregor will like goad him into like a stand fight on the feet, and then he'll catch him with that left hand and like, good night, Irene.
Yeah. Obviously, Paddy Houlihan's book came out there recently as well, and he was saying that there was a lot of friction between like John Kavanagh himself. A lot of stuff. It was actually juicy gossip. I can't wait to actually read the book, but I'd actually rather he like spoke it into a podcast so I could go for a walk and listen to it. You know what I mean? Rather than walking around with the hooligan. But
Tom King from Team KF did a few interviews on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, from what I gathered, is that John Kavanagh got everyone's room and was like, right, if your gym's called SBG anything, you owe me $5,000. And then everyone's like, for 5 years I taught free classes in like the SBG headquarters. Like, you don't think like that's my $5,000 paid now? And it's like,
yeah, where's the free coffee?
Yeah, without tea or coffee. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed very, very strange, didn't it?
Yeah, I think he was told to do that. He was told to do that actually.
Who, John Kavanagh?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was, but I think when everyone kicked up, we went, I think I made a mistake.
There is things about loyalty though.
Yeah. Yeah, but like $5,000 seems like sort of like a small fee, or a small fee to be like, right, I'm gonna ruin my friendship for $5,000. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like it wasn't $50,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. No, I do know what you mean, but like it's sort of like
if someone goes to me, you can have $5,000. All you have to do is never talk to Baz again. I'd be like,
grand.
I'd be like, no, I don't want that.
$5,000.
Yeah, I just thought it was like a very small fee to be like, right, that's why we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. It's really it's hard to pick a side or something. You know what I mean? I think people like Paddy's a big fan favorite, and they're more like, go on the hooligan, don't pay that $5,000. You know?
Yeah. Well, obviously, like he's a man of the people.
Yeah, he's a man of the people. Yeah.
Sinn Féiner.
Yeah, I mean, like put it this way, like we can say what we think, but like realistically, our input, we don't know the full story.
First, we asked Paddy Houlihan to come on the podcast before, and he was like, "Give me $500." You know what I mean? Like he must have been trying to save for that $5,000.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, actually. So because of that, because of John asking him for $5,000, therefore we
had to pay $500.
Yeah,
and we're like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, $500 for what? We get free beard oil with that, or
shout out to Hooligan.
Yeah,
but yeah, who do you think is going to go out with Conor in the ring then? Octagon, sorry.
John Kavanagh, Artem,
Paddy,
Owen Roddy, and
Double D.
No, I think Cerrone.
Was Dylan Dennis not in his ring a corner last time?
Yeah, but I don't think you need John Kavanagh and Dylan Dennis there.
All right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Dylan Dennis is there to like give him a voice on Khabib's grappling. And like that didn't work out too well.
They should have made this fight in the Cowboys arena.
They probably should have.
Probably should have, yeah.
That's where Nick Diaz wants to fight Masvidal. I almost think they should make that fight because they're not really getting Nick Diaz back any other way. So they should be like, right,
Yeah,
he fights Masvidal.
Needs to be like a super fight.
Yeah, it's like the only way you're going to get him is to let him fight the fella who beat his little brother up.
Yeah. But yeah,
So why not?
Yeah, I can't wait to be covering that next year. I mean, like, it's going to be usually January is very quiet, and then like that's going to be a big show.
And Ngannou called out Volkov on that card as well. And the Volkov was like, I'll fight you in France 2 months later than that. And I was like, I was hoping to just like get to see like a knockout before I waited up till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Who else do you want to see in that card? Like Sean O'Malley, maybe? No, if he ever is past the drug test.
He's like too busy like giving his fight predictions on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe Sean O'Malley.
Also, anything else to say about that before I move on to Khabib Ferguson?
No, I think that's right.
Yeah, there's gonna be more to talk about as a
like I'm excited to see who else gets put on the card, especially maybe if they put a title fight underneath that'd be interesting.
Yeah. As was announced as well, Khabib is taking on Tony Ferguson for the lightweight title.
The fifth time this fight has been announced.
Fifth time. We actually posted this and people were like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's like it has to happen.
Yeah.
Even if both of them get injured, stick it on in the hospital. Like
apparently Justin Gaethje has been like, I'm gonna stay ready and be the late replacement for that fight.
I'm gonna stay ready till April. So Gary, take a holiday, take a quick holiday, and then come back. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Gaethje.
Yeah.
Khabib was sort of hinting that like Ferguson hasn't signed the contract. Sometimes I'm like, I don't like the whole like sign the contract. It's like, oh, you're afraid to fight me. It's like, first of all, Tony Ferguson's afraid of no one. Like, he's an absolute zombie. And you hardly think Khabib's afraid of anyone.
What do you think? Just, I know it's so far to predict. It's actually like 4 months. But what's your early predictions? Like, is it just Khabib time?
Yeah, I think Khabib's going to be able to like take him down and hold him down.
Like we've literally had this fight booked a couple of times, and like the day of it was cancelled. You know, like you're literally. Like we're not going to believe until they actually are both locked in there.
I think I actually saw a different side to the mixed martial arts game when Khabib fought Michael Johnson on UFC 205 and like he pinned his own arm behind his back and started punching him in the face. I was like, you shouldn't be able to do that against someone else who trains in the same sport as you. And once Tom did that, I was like, no one's ever beaten him.
If Tony Ferguson loses, should he move up to welterweight? You could see him going for that BMF title as well. I don't know. It's almost they're almost creating a new division with that BMF title.
Yeah, 100%. Look, he says he can make 145. If he makes 145, I'd love to see him and Max Holloway fight just for the crack.
Yeah. Then it was also announced John Jones is taking on Reyes as well. John Jones is just absolutely brilliant.
He actually is. Corey Anderson's like, it should have been me.
Yeah.
But it's just like Corey Anderson. In fairness, Dominic Reyes is selling no pay-per-views, but like Corey Anderson's like really selling no pay-per-views.
Yeah, there's no one established in that division for him to really fight. John Jones to fight.
At least they can go, undefeated Dominic Reyes challenges the undisputed pound-for-pound king, Johnny Bones Jones. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Instead of Corey Anderson.
Who?
Fighting John Jones. You know, Corey Anderson like tried to go John Jones' gym and like smack talk at the gym and then like try and like make that a thing, and John Jones was like, what are you actually doing here, man? Like, this is a bit embarrassing for yourself.
He's still trying to call out Adesanya as well.
John Jones.
Yeah,
but Adesanya's like, I'll fight you in 2023. It's like, 2019, man.
I know. Well then actually this weekend it's UFC Washington as well.
Yeah, you have the Reem fighting how did you say that fella's name? Rosenstruck actually knocked out, was it Arlovsky? I think he's like the new Ngannou. He knocks everyone out in the first minute. Yeah.
Also, our mate Cynthia Cavao is taking on Marina Rodriguez. And the skyscraper, he's back. Stefan Struve is taking on Ben Rothwell. Ross's mate, actually. This is obvious that like if either Overeem or Rosenstruck get injured, one of them, Struve or Ben Rothwell, will move up into the main event.
100%. Although, if Rosenstruck gets injured, it might actually... Or, sorry, if Overeem gets injured, it might just Struve and Rotman would just move into the main event.
Actually, yeah, that's not a bad show. The ever good-looking Yana Kunitskaya is taking on Aspen Lad as well, and Cody Staman is taking Song Yadong. So, really, this is just like a throwaway card because everyone's looking forward to UFC 245 next week. This is also another thing we wanted to mention. Make sure to tune in next week for that show. But myself and Ross predict that in the press conference in the build-up to this fight, they're going to bring out Conor and Cowboy.
Yeah,
that's the logical sense.
Like, UFC 245 is going to hold the UFC 246 press conference, and it is going to be lit.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. No, I was like, hold on, are they going to go to Washington? But next week it's on in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a perfect place to host it, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you're enjoying the MMA show, make sure to give us a like. We're going to move into the world of boxing right now because this weekend, Andy Ruiz is taking on Anthony Joshua for the second time in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. I actually quite like Andy Ruiz. It's like, I'm doing it for my family. It's like, all right.
Yeah, he's so high-pitched, isn't he? He's a bit like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he is. He's like almost closer to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, let's get bleeding into this, man. I'm absolutely buzzing for this fight. This is like one of the biggest fights I've been really looking forward to for so long. When this fight was first announced, when they fought each other the first time, like it was the same night Katie Taylor was fighting, and like Katie won, and me and Ross were like, yes! And then like I was so locked, and I was like, I don't even know who this guy Anthony Joshua was fighting, so like whatever, he's gonna win. And then I was like, Anthony Joshua lost. I was like, what?
Oh, you actually walked out of the nightclub and you were like, what happened? I was like, Joshua lost, man.
Yeah.
And you were like, shut up. He was like, shut up. But I was like, it was like Dredrick Tatum versus Homer Simpson, wasn't it?
Oh man, ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no, he knocked him out in the 7th round.
Yeah,
that's just it.
So like that was the thing. I then watched it on YouTube the next day, and I was like, right, how did he manage to like make a ball of this?
The funny thing is that I think it's going to happen again, except earlier in the fight. I think Ruiz knows Joshua's got a weak enough chin. If he lands it on it, that's it. Game over.
That's the thing. I think straight after
Joshua's also been knocked down against Klitschko as well. Like he's been like provenly knocked down time and time again.
See, you can only really believe what you've seen before, right? And like seeing the last fight, you're like, right, I know Joshua knocked him down first, but then after he was like destroyed. So I was like, I can't see how Joshua wins this. People are like, oh, he should start like jabbing, and that's not Joshua's game. And Ruiz has. I didn't know Ruiz had only lost one fight before by decision to Joseph Parker before that fight, because I was so like uninvested.
You still go, Parker's beaten no one.
Yeah, but I was so uninvested in it. And then like he's had over 100 amateur fights. He started boxing since the age of 6, whereas Joshua only started like
17, I think.
16, 17 or something. You know what I mean? He's after missing out on all his experience. As Tony Bellew said, he's learning on the job. I think this is his kryptonite. I think it's Ruiz is Joshua's kryptonite the same way Khabib is McGregor's kryptonite. It's just like I can't see Joshua winning unless he goes in and just knocks him out straight away. But the way Ruiz conducts the center of the ring, I'd never seen Joshua like put on the back foot that way. He was like, what's going on here? What?
The way I look at it is that when Ruiz got knocked down, he just got up and back up, and it was like grand. When Joshua got knocked down, and like he was never the same. It was like you know when you have like a health bar, like Joshua was put on red for the rest of the fight. If you know what I mean? Like Ruiz got knocked down, he went to like a lighter shade of green. Yeah, and
that also woke him up. That turned the switch on. Yeah,
and Ruiz just looks like he just knows how to take a punch.
Isn't it ridiculous how bad shape Ruiz looks, and
how
Joshua is just an Adonis, and you're like looking on paper, everyone said Joshua win. They were like,
they're like favourite for the rematch.
This guy is obviously going to win. It was almost asking like, who's better looking? It's like, obviously this guy. Like it was just, and then he loses.
Who do you think is going to be the next star model for the Gucci adverts? It's like, well,
whoever's the champ gets the contract.
Yeah, thank God it wasn't for the Wheeze box.
Yeah.
Ruiz is different gravy, isn't he? Yeah.
Like, really, for the sake of our show, it is better off that Joshua wins, right? So we're not even trying to be biased. But
do you think the haircuts thing as well?
What do you mean?
Like he hasn't got his head shaved.
I saw we got a haircut there.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, his hair was like quite long, and I was like,
I know there was an interview out today, but I didn't watch it yet. But you can't even. That's just bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I didn't get a haircut. Oh.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm taking it serious. I haven't got the haircut. It's like haircut's like 30 minutes of your day, but like some people are like that. It's like haven't cut the hair.
I don't know. There hasn't been an excuse good enough. Like saying that, like suppose he was knocked out before the fight, and or else like he got nervous before the fight. Like people are just making these excuses, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard some absolute ridiculous excuses.
Or he wasn't up for the fight.
Someone was like, that was a body double. It wasn't actually Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. Where do people come up with this shit? Like?
Oh, I have no idea. It's the same people who think the Earth is flat.
I also think this is another good reason as well. Let me know what people think here as well. I think the only reason why they're doing it in Saudi Arabia as well to make that big cash because...
Well, if Joshua gets knocked out again, he's like grand.
Yeah. I think Joshua is probably going to get 20 million for this fight, and I think Ruiz is going to get 10 million.
And he got 9 million for the last fight though, Ruiz.
Oh, did he?
So he'll probably get more. He's probably getting 15 million.
Yeah, but then he already signed a contract that he was going to fight again, so therefore he probably already agreed the money, maybe. Who knows? But I mean, like that was the biggest payday. Smart idea for Ruiz not to go back, not to go to Cardiff or Wembley, and also he wanted to run it back in New York. But like this is where the big bucks.
Yeah.
He's cashing in.
Also, you're going to see like a lot more fights over in these parts of it, aren't you?
Yeah. Also, I just really it's on in like UK time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Rather than like it's not on at 4 a.m.
Fairness, he's the biggest pay-per-view star in the UK by a long shot.
Yeah, I know, but like they were doing it in American time last time, you know, to get really the big audience. But I know it's funny now how we're saying this in camera that Joshua's going to lose, but like, how can he win? Because everyone has a chance.
Look, if he maybe uses his reach a bit better, keeps Ruiz at distance, he almost has to sort of dance with him for the 12 rounds. Because at the end of the day, he's not actually going to outbox him because who's actually the better boxer? It's Ruiz. He's been doing it so much longer. He has to like literally like hide behind that jab for 6 or 7 rounds and almost like wear him down.
Well, win by decision.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the only way I can see.
Well, I also think his ability to land like a big uppercut from range, just with the longer arms. But I don't see it happen. Like Ruiz looks like he takes a shot as good as anyone,
and he puts the pressure on.
Yeah,
like he's right in the chest.
He's scary. Watch Anthony Joshua fight and goes, right, who's been successful against Joshua? And then when you watch it, it's like, right, that's how you beat him, and he's just going to do it again.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to question is, has Reese taken his foot off the gas because he's like in the Bentley in the mansion now? You know what I mean?
I don't think he has though.
No,
I don't think he has.
No, because I think it's like now it's either you can be Buster Douglas or you can be Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? That's what people would be saying to him.
Yeah, I think it'd also help Anthony Joshua if he hated Ruiz or like he really didn't like him, but Ruiz just comes across such a nice guy who's trying to help his family have money for the rest of their lives and stuff, and it's impossible to take that off someone. And the way he's so like so thankful and hugs him. And
big question though, will Andy Ruiz let Anthony Joshua get a photo with the 4 belts?
Anthony Joshua actually asked where's the belts.
Did he?
For a photo, yeah, and when they were doing the head-to-head thing, that's when they turned the chairs around, like AC Slater. But he was like, they're in the safe. But
in the safe.
Yeah. Hopefully they do an embedded in the lead up to this as well. But so say if Ruiz wins, who do you think he takes on next? Because it has been confirmed that Fury is taking on Deontay Wilder as well in February 22nd.
Yeah.
So that's the same night as Bellator Dublin.
Unreal. Look, for me, I think at the moment I'm convinced Wilder will beat anyone now. I feel like if he fought Fury again, all he has to do is land that one punch and like that's it. I know Fury got up the last time, but I don't think after watching him do that to Luis Ortiz, I was like, oh, he's a different gravy, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Fury's going to win it. I think. Yeah. Well, Fury, I think is going to have it to the very end and then not
get knocked out.
Get knocked out. Yeah, where he was like, never hit me. It's like, dead. Undertaker. Like, what? What a fight that was. That was unreal.
I feel like Wilder.
That has to be fight of the year.
Yeah, it was one of the best.
2019 fight of the year. Fury versus Wilder.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts.
I know. I think Ruiz and Wilder are managed by the same people.
They are now, yeah.
Yeah. So like, that'd be a very easy fight to make. It's like the promoter would be like, I get all the money. Right, that's the fight.
Yeah, that's why Joshua had to take the fight, or else all the belts would go straight to Wilder. Wilder and Fury have an agreed contract, but like there is a possibility that Wilder could be like, here, you know what, actually, I'm going to fight Ruiz and unify the belts. Also,
it's quite funny that Joshua was sort of like ranked almost a 1 before the Wilder Fury fight. And I was like, Wilder 2, Fury 3. And then after that fight, it was like Fury 1, Wilder 2, Joshua 3. Maybe even Joshua 2, Wilder 3. And now it's like, right, Fury, Wilder, Ruiz, Joshua. He's slipped down to number 4.
Yeah. Well, we always thought that Fury was the best. Like, the best boxer is Fury.
Tyson Fury by a mile.
Yeah.
Actual boxer.
Just because you're the best doesn't mean you can't lose to the second best, though, as well. But
Wilder's got like the best weapon boxing's ever seen. It's like better than Mike Tyson. It's better than Muhammad Ali. Like, it's just, that's like a weapon of mass destruction. That is like he throws that at you and like it's all over.
It is all over then. Ross, let's call the round now.
I'm gonna say Andy Ruiz 5th round knockout.
I was gonna say Ruiz 4th round.
Well,
knockout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine to say as well.
yeah, I know, yeah, but I can't be like, yes, me too.
Well, like, you probably should have guessed first then.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But then you couldn't pick the same. Last time it was 4th round. Last time it was 7th round, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he's going to get to one earlier.
Yeah. Although I think your one's actually a better shout, but I can't be like, yeah, me too. Shout out to Jack Herbert. I made a bet with him. I go, you can pick who you think's going to win. And then we make the bet. And he was like, all right. And then he picked Anthony Joshua. So I was like, all right, grand.
Happy days.
Yeah. But like, I would have done it
bet? How much?
€50. I was like,
€50.
Well, yeah, but I was like, right, a tenner, and he was like, no, let's do it bigger than that. And I was like, 50 quid. Oh no, he was like 50 quid, and I was like, all right, because I was obviously drunk. And then I totally forgot about the bet. And then Andy comes up to me and he goes, do you remember you made that bet last night with Jack Herbert? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, you said a tenner, and then he goes, no, 50. And then he gets Anthony Joshua, and you get Ruiz. So I was like, oh, jeez, why did I do that? So then I texted Jack, being like, here, are we still on for that bet? And he goes, what bet? And I was like, oh, right, I had to explain to him the bet as well. He's like, right, Ron.
Are you still on for it?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Shout out to Jack.
Yeah. If Ruiz loses, you won't see me around for Christmas.
Baz won't be able to buy anyone Christmas presents.
Yeah. I'll just get everyone a €10 toothbrush. But no, that's funny. So yeah, and then obviously if Joshua's going to win, I think the best bet is decision.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can just see Ruiz hunting down. Let us know who you think's going to win. I'm actually buzzing for it on Saturday.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we're actually going to move into some Premier League football crack because we actually really enjoy talking about the football, and we haven't done it for a while. And like making a video about it, it's real awkward. It's like, what spin do you put on it? Ollie in, Ollie out, Emery in, Emery out.
Also, shout out to the 2 lads in the top 10 in fantasy football as well.
That's actually very true. Actually,
yeah, like absolutely bossing it. Like, I'm impressed with us now.
Yeah, but like, you know what? I was actually winning for a while. I didn't even I didn't change my team, and then when I did, I said, whatever. I hate being like, I took this guy in, put this guy out. It's just like, oh, here, look, everyone does that.
As if like,
as if anyone cares.
As if you invented it.
As if I invented it. Yeah. But Ross, what? Joe, where I'll start with the football show. Liverpool are winning the league right now, and I feel like the season's basically over. But have you noticed that it's not even the most talked about thing how Liverpool are about to win their first title in 30 years? Like, people care more about Ollie in, Ollie out, the Arsenal fan TV saga. Like, no one's really like you don't see Mane on the front page of the paper, or Salah, or like, if Van Dijk didn't even win Ballon d'Or. By the way, shout out to Lionel Messi winning 6 Ballon d'Or tonight. Like, no, 6. Yeah, no, this isn't the headline news. Ollie's the headline news from Manchester United. Absolutely
crazy as well, considering that they've played 14 games, won 13, drawn 1. Like, they're on to have like the highest points tally ever of all time. They're on the 3rd longest undefeated streak in Premier League history as well. And it's almost just like, oh, Liverpool are so good, that's a given.
Yeah. I'm coming 10th in the Energized League. Ross is coming 8th.
There we go.
Shout out Ron O'Leary winning the league.
Very
Sam Jackson coming 2nd, by the way. Unfollowed Energized there. Do shout out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fair play.
Thanks, Sam.
Very Sam.
Appreciate that.
But carry on, yeah?
That loyalty.
Army.
Let's call a spade a spade. Like,
Liverpool, probably watching this being like, shit.
Liverpool are the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And they are by a long stretch as well. That starting 11 is absolutely insane. I think it's more so like the back 4 and the top 3. The midfield is like quite interchangeable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the goalkeeper who got sent off is obviously brilliant as well.
Yeah, but my point is, why does no one really give a shit, bar Liverpool fans?
Yeah, but I think it's because you're writing the same story over and over again each week,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and like, people aren't up for hearing the same story over and over again each
week. And do you know what I realise as well? The Euros are on this summer as well. So when I'll put all my money on Liverpool win the league. I think everyone would as well, even though they have to go away to that tournament.
Oh,
the Club World Championships.
Yeah,
I'd still put my money on Liverpool to win it. But they win the league and then it goes straight into the Euros, and then people almost forget about that. Hit that will.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Don't knock it over.
Oh, there we go.
The bottom of the table's on the screen. But yeah, it's like they're only going to be able to enjoy themselves for about 10 minutes, and then
that'll do.
Yeah, whatever. They're only going to be able to enjoy themselves for about 10 minutes before having to set off for the Euro 2020s.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
So it's not going to be a long-lived celebration.
No, and I think England are actually the favourites for Euro 2020 at the moment as well.
They're definitely up there, yeah.
Oh, I just look at it and go, there's other stories around the Premier League that's sort of much hotter. Like, people want to know, like,
Yeah.
like Mourinho in the Spurs, like, where did that come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's good to have him back in the league. I like having all this, like, everything has a bit of flavour to it. Like, every match is sort of like you're interested now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, in fairness, Pochettino, like, sulked his way to the sack. He was, like, moaning each week, being like, I get no transfer funds, yada, yada, yada.
It's true, though.
Oh, 100%. I think he spent net 90 million in the last 5 years. So he did an absolutely incredible job there. Obviously, he's going to be tipped to get every top job at the moment. I think the Bayern Munich job, probably the Man United job soon, and the Arsenal job are like basically all up for grabs at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, Emery got sacked from Arsenal. I think.
Yeah.
They lost 7 games in a row.
It was it was all over the shop. Yeah.
And then
No, they drew. Like.
Oh, maybe they
games.
didn't win in 7 games.
They didn't win 7 games. Yeah.
Which is like a lot.
Yeah. Obviously, Arsenal fan TV. I feel like it has actually got a bit of a grip on that club, yeah. But I don't think the United stand or the full-time Devils have a grip on the United, like affect United in any sort of way.
Yeah, I think Edward was like, I'm not listening to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like they're irrelevant.
As opposed to the Arsenal team is really like, what did they say? It's like, right, we'll just change the manager because they actually want the board out. But I was like, we'll just say what to do football-wise.
So do United. But there is some sort of mob mentality as the Arsenal fan TV people gather around. Now, like, I'm all up for fans doing their sort of thing, but it's sort of like it should be done more. I don't know what's the right way, what's the wrong way. I can only compare it to United stand.
Well, I think personally, I hate Arsenal fan TV if I was an Arsenal fan because they do better when the team does worse.
Yeah, but do you not think other like the United stand would do better if United do worse as well?
No, because I think like Man United is like a club like bred of success, if that makes sense. And if like they rose to success, people like would cherish that success. I almost think like Arsenal fans are almost like used to being miserable and now like bask in misery.
Yeah, but the thing is like DT, if you don't know the Arsenal fan TV channel, like it's actually when they lose it's really, really funny to watch. Like no offense, it just is. But like people like DT and Troops are actually sort of funny. You know, I mean, there's a bit of comedy to them because first of all, you're like, they're so pissed off. That's funny. But DT comes out with some brilliant one-liners, and like Troops is so like in it fam, in it blood, and you're just like,
it's like,
what is this chap doing?
Jack a fam, you gotta leave this club, fam.
Yeah,
you ain't in it, blood. You ain't in it. It's like, all right.
Yeah, it's just it's like comedy. It is funny. I think it's funny. Who do you think should? Do you think Arsenal should get? Because they're there like saying like Pochettino. I don't see that happening.
I think they're like, we're going to get Allegri, which means they're probably not going to get Allegri.
I think Allegri would be a good person for them to get, only based upon they need to sort that defence out. Like, I mean, they have no problem scoring goals.
Yeah, but I think you probably need to take a strong look at that Arsenal squad and go, that's a terrible team.
I don't think it's that terrible.
All right.
Well, they have Aubameyang who's like...
Yeah, but if you take Aubameyang out of that team, just Aubameyang.
Lacazette's all right.
All right, you take the 2 strikers out.
I'd take everyone else out.
Right. Who else is good? Like all the midfielders are shite.
Ozil, if he bothers his arse. Pepe,
yeah, he never bothers his arse.
They didn't even bring Pepe on there the other day.
Yeah, Pepe, like apparently, Youngberg was like he was shite and trying like 70 million on him.
The new Sanchez.
Like, David Luiz is like, what? I actually think your man Gundozi's all right. The rest of them, I'm like Xhaka, shite. Like Saka, it's like, all right, because I calm down, you know, bleeding Man United with Daniel James.
Yeah. The new Iwobi.
Yeah,
no, but
like
they're coming out. They're coming 8th.
Chambers. You know, I mean, like all these players are like not good. And I think Leno has had to like make more saves than any other goalkeeper in the league this year. You know what I mean? Like, and Bellerin is like, he's fast. It's like, what else can he do?
I think he's lost the yardage pace.
He's fast. You know what I mean?
So what would you do as an Arsenal fan? I feel like Scanlon's probably watching this now. Shout out Rec Hits.
I actually like sort of feel sorry for Arsenal, and like Like I know they're actually ahead of like Man United in the league, but like I don't think Man United are doing great either. But if you actually look at Man United's team, Mike Phelan sort of said it 2 weeks ago. He's like, Man United would be a very good under-23 side, and I was like, they probably would win the under-23s league, but at the end of the day, they're playing the Premier League.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
There's a lot of growth there for Man United to make. I look at Guendouzi, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and I'm like, they're Arsenal's three best players, and that's it.
I think Torreira could be all right. I think it's a bit like Vidal.
Yeah, but I feel like every time he plays, great, but I think him and Guendouzi actually play the same position, and they're like, Guendouzi's better.
I think there's just such a lack of quality around the world for these clubs. You know what I mean? That you need to play people like Xhaka and Phil Jones, and you know what I mean? There's not enough quality, and there's not enough world class managers. Who would you get in for Arsenal?
Well, actually, it's like quite a tough one.
I know they're trying to get the Wolves manager, but the Wolves are coming sixth, and they're doing brilliantly in the Europa League as well.
Santi or whatever his name is.
Former goalkeeper.
No, see, if I was the Wolves manager, I'd be like,
but the Wolves have better play better football than Arsenal.
I'd be like, I actually think the Wolves team's better than the Arsenal team.
Same thing with Brendan Rodgers with Leicester. The way they play football is somewhat like, why would you leave?
That Leicester squad is better than the Arsenal squad. That's the way I look at it.
Well, they're more in form as well, so.
Yeah, and they've also won the league more recently.
See, that's the thing.
So I'm sitting there going, Arsenal are in deep trouble. The only benefit Arsenal have is the deep pockets. That's probably the only
tight pockets.
I don't really know who they're going to get, to be honest. I feel like
you just feel like it's not going to work anyway. Is that what you think?
Yeah, I could see them getting like
yeah, exactly.
I could see them being like, right, we'll get Henry in. You know what I mean?
No, he's like, I'm not going to ruin my legacy the way Solskjaer did.
You know who I think they might get in? Roberto Martinez. He's man in Belgium at the moment, isn't he?
If I was them, I'd just go for Vieira. You know what I mean? I just, that's who I'd go for. I know there's other people like Brendan Rodgers. You must be insane, man. Why would you go there? Pochettino just.
I wouldn't sleep on Leicester actually like challenging Liverpool for that title. You know.
Yeah,
I know they're 8 points back, but like
we'll get into
look very good.
We'll get into that then. Yeah. So obviously Liverpool are winning the league by 8 points. Leicester City come second. It is very much a Jamie Vardy party right now, Ross.
Yeah, that Leicester team is looking as good as they've looked since they won the league, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are. Put it this way,
they're probably doing better now than they did the season they won the league.
Yeah, they probably have more points, and it's probably their best start ever to a Premier League.
Yeah, but Liverpool have played 14, won 13, and drawn 1.
If you actually look at it, what are they? 1, 10, 2 and 2. I'd say 9 seasons out of 10, like they'd be, within 2 points, or if not winning the league.
Yeah, Liverpool are just unstoppable.
They really, really are.
Yeah.
Leicester are brilliant from top to bottom.
The Liverpool jigsaw is just complete.
It is. Leicester actually almost sort of in their own weird way similar to Liverpool. They have those like 2 really good wing backs, solid goalkeeper at the back, but it's more Leicester's midfield sort of orchestrates all their attack with Tielemans and Maddison, and then Ndidi in the whole. I can't believe the Leicester City midfield is like twice as good as the Man United midfield.
I know,
it's actually frightening, isn't it? Yeah. And look, Jamie Vardy, just feed the Vards and he will score.
Yeah. Shout out to Rebecca Vardy.
Yeah. Don't rat us out.
Yeah. But here, what do you think the situation is with City now? Obviously, they're getting a few problems. David Silva was meant to be leaving at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So you wonder how hungry he is. Company left like one of their leaders. And then Fernandinho's now playing centre back as well.
He's actually doing a good job at centre half.
Not really. He's slightly plugging a hole there.
Yeah, no, but he's obviously plugging a hole. He's obviously not like, right, this is the new centre half. It's Fernandinho. I don't know if you met him before. But
he's old as well.
Yeah, but I actually think he's the better centre half of the person he plays alongside.
Yes, he starts and then Otamendi or Stones play.
Yeah, so he's an unbelievably good footballer. But City, you know what? They got 198 points across the last 2 seasons. Like they were like just due to go on a bad patch, and now they're on that slight bad patch. And it's crazy to think their bad patch is what 9 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. Yeah, they have 29 points out of a possible 42. I mean, it's not as if
I know
relegation battle.
I know.
If Liverpool were
they're 11 points behind Liverpool.
Yeah, but if Liverpool weren't winning every game, well then it wouldn't actually look so bad.
They actually win every game.
Yeah, if Liverpool lost 2 of those games, they'd be down on 34 points. Yeah, 34 points, and it'd be like, right, they're 5 points off.
But they didn't.
It's grand. No, but they didn't. Obviously,
yeah. United should have beaten them. Loads of teams, they literally just beat the
they're
team
very
last
good at
night.
winning like 2-1 recently, aren't they?
They just there's something there is
And
magic in there in
and
Anfield.
VAR is going their way as well.
Yeah, there's
They
magic in
love
the air.
VAR.
There's magic in the air in Anfield.
Chelsea, Frank Lampard's doing very well there. No, like with those young kids.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham was a bit of a miss there. But here, if Man City had to buy someone, who do you think they'd try and get?
I feel like they need.
Do you think
someone
Pep's
to go-
what do you think Pep's going to do there for the next couple of years? Do you think he's even going to stay a few years?
I think if actually Sané came back and was fit, like that would.
Yeah, but they're trying to get rid of Sané though.
I know, yeah, but I think that's the type of player they need. They need someone to be up
Sancho.
there with Aguero and Sterling.
So Sancho
Sancho could work, yeah. Although he's already at City and
So?
he probably has a grudge against him.
Well, what Pogba style?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chelsea, obviously they Chelsea. What do you have to say about Chelsea? Obviously Lampard's done way better than I expected.
Yeah.
They're coming 4-2 against it, and I think Tammy Abraham when he's playing, they have like someone who's poacher, who's fast, who likes to run, who can do everything. You
Yeah.
can actually literally do everything with confidence as well. When they take him out of the team and they put Giroud in, it just slows up everything.
Oh, it's a different game.
Yeah,
It's a
and then
different game.
Bashwai I don't think is fit enough. I know he
Batman.
obviously can come on for the last 20 minutes or something,
And
but
not
like,
score.
I don't think I think he's better off being an impact sub rather than like a whole 90 minutes. But
And then Jose Mourinho, the special one, is back in at Spurs. Well, back in the Premier League with Spurs. He took them in 2 games from 14th to 5th. He'd be really like, I took over, we were 14th and now we are 5th.
he has totally energized Spurs.
Yeah, he has
3
Dele
wins in a
Alli
row.
playing brilliantly as well. doesn't he?
Yeah. And Harry Kane is just, when you have Harry Kane, you're going to score goals, really.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a mess going on with the players, like Ericsson hasn't signed a new contract for Tongan, Alderweireld, Danny Rose.
Was one of them not like banging the other one's wife or something? Is that not the
Yeah,
word in the street?
I think
For
that's-
Tongan,
yeah,
for
that could
banging
just be like
Ericsson,
a Twitter joke,
I
who
think,
knows?
I think that's a lie, but it's grand. I think the first thing I got was Mourinho was banned from Tongan from banging Ericsson's wife.
Yeah, harsh.
Very harsh.
Yeah. Should we? Yeah, okay.
Are
So
we going to talk about Wolves and Sheffield United, or are we talking
No, I
about
think
United?
United. Last at the very least,
Yeah.
Manchester United. This has been a very, very hard struggle watching Manchester United play. At the moment, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the Premier League has a 27% win ratio. United are coming 9th, played 14, won 4, drew 6, lost 4.
I don't think you have to call out even the rest of the figures. Just like 1-4 out of 14, it's not good enough. It's absolutely shocking.
They seem like they have no direction, Ross.
For me, it's all out, and I'm not saying that like out of rashness. He's been a year in charge, and United are in a worse place they were when they took over. When he took over, in fairness, he signed some good players. Like if you look at James, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka, the 3 of our best players this season. He's done great bringing in Brandon Williams. Maybe don't sack him. Maybe give him 200 million in January and let him buy midfield.
Do you not think that's erratic?
What, sacking him or giving 200
No, 200 million.
But like,
It's like here, you've actually made us regress. And there's no direction.
well, the way I look at it is, we need to buy midfield.
Would you not give Pochettino 200 million? He'd be like, fucking hell, 200 million.
He's like, more than I've spent my entire Spurs career.
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't mind getting
Can
Pochettino
Solskjaer
more.
bring United any further than he already has? Like, I mean, top 10 is like what we're looking at, and I'm just sick of it. You know what I mean? I'm not supporting like Falkirk.
Well, thankfully
I'm
this year,
contemplating going on loan to support Leicester for the rest of the year. But man, what like? Think about what you just said there. Giving Solskjaer 200 million.
yeah, but if you're going to keep him, you have to back him. So you either go all in on him or you sack him. You don't like go, we're going to keep you, but we'll give you no money, so you have to play with that squad for the rest of the year. Like, he has so much dead wood still in that club. Like, Phil Jones has to go, Pereira has to go. Like,
The squad is already thin enough, man. You can't start kicking out more players.
yeah, but no, we have to replace them. We have to get players
So
in.
yeah, but you get more players in rather than kicking players out.
No, but you have
Phil
to
Jones is like, here, the only team that want me are Stoke, and they're offering me 20 grand a week. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving.
see the way you see Phil Jones is like, I'm not going to have a testimonial because I'm a mum that show for it. And I was like, fucking true. He actually made me feel sorry for him for an hour.
I know, yeah. He's obviously not that bad of a guy. It's just shit football. But here, look.
I get paid 100 grand a week.
There's
for it.
videos going around that he was going to be a future England captain, which is hilarious. But
Oh, stop.
what would you do as Man United fans? Like, obviously, I made a few phone calls to the boys, like, just trying to be like, lads, what the fuck do we do here? Like, you know.
to me, like,
don't say saying 200, giving him 200 million. It just, I feel like you need to go to St. Michael's house in the nut bar.
they need to invest in that midfield.
It's like you've been a shit manager. You've made us look terrible. There's no direction. You've been here a year, but here's 200 million.
Like Harry never said, we're another 3 transfer windows away from like actually getting back into that top 4 consistently. We are like, there's too much dead wood at the club still. Like Ash Young, Rojo, Pereira, Fred. Not McTominay, I like him. Mata, like all these players like need to go. Like they need to like be like pushed out the door, and we need to get new players in for them. Like they're not good enough.
Yeah, but you need to get the players in first.
I know, yeah, but like,
because then if you do it the other way, they're gonna be like, oh, you've even more money now.
Yeah, but I know, but it's easier to be like, he was not good enough than be like, right, huge boy. You know what I mean?
Look, Aaron, we're obviously gonna agree to disagree. I think Ollie's just, it's like, here, look, man, thanks for the goal in 99. Thanks for being a loyal servant and trying to help us, even though you've literally. You see, he started off so well that this is terrible in comparison. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Going away to Paris beating PSG, it's like,
yeah.
Do you remember that time?
We actually thought we were going to win the Champions League. Like.
Yeah, I'll stop. But look, I actually don't.
But also, we have no Pogba and we have no McTominay right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what's the story? Like, will Pogba even make a difference?
Yeah, well, I think over Prairie, yeah.
He needs more players in the team. So, right, for all the fans, for the people that are interested, what should Manchester United do right now? Before the end.
Yeah. I think that's just the way modern day football is. I mean, you can't have 27% win rate with the biggest club in the world.
You can't be like he's a nice guy.
Yeah, like there's no but about it. You know what I mean? Like you can't like lose more games than you win and then be like, we'll keep him.
She has a nice personality though. It's like,
yeah,
jeez. But cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Great show.
Yeah. I think this show obviously has gone a bit longer, but I mean, like we got to talk about the shit we want to talk about, you know.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks a million for watching.
We covered the MMA, the boxing, the football. Make sure you hit like, subscribe. We'll be back again next week to talk about Ruiz versus Joshua, UFC 245, and some more Premier League crack. And also United are playing Spurs on Wednesday and Man City on Saturday, so it's going to be loads of action.
Oh yeah, and as always,
stay energized.